So, I'm just gonna go over what I think Blondie's plan was. Uh, in this, you need to remember when you have an emotionally stunted narcissistic person, once you know the psychology, you know everything about him. So, his dumbass, uh, poisons me with heavy metals, makes me retarded, does everything he can, erases my mind with the red and white pills, does everything he can to get what he wants because the philosophy of this church is as long as my church leader gets what they want. As long as my church leader gets what they want. So everybody in Ackworth, instead of being adults, just does what the 2-year-old wants them to do. Okay. So Blondie doesn't believe anything. He doesn't pay attention to anything because he has tunnel vision. And that day he was in my room. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even know why he was in my room. I never invited him over. But he was like, they're all killing themselves. Oh, this is your fault. Everything with a narcissist is your fault because they don't have agency in their own lives or accountability. That means they exist. If they do something, they're entitled to everything. You need to give it to them, and if you don't, everything is your fault because you didn't give them what they wanted. Even if what they wanted is completely destructive to everybody else. Okay, they do not care about anyone but themselves. So Blondie gets all these people killed. He then turns self-righteous and starts saying everything is my fault because he fucked everything up to begin with. He doesn't want accountability for it, so he turns to the only skills he has, manipulation. So they have me stupid on heavy metals, and he begins manipulating me. But Stu's dumbass, because Stu is self-interested, begins manipulating me in the opposite direction, which is where the hypnosis contest between these two idiots happens when I'm at Papa John's and they're hypnotizing me back and forth. This is followed by when I was supposed to turn in when these guys murdered the Black Lives Matter leaders. Stu was hypnotizing me while fucking Blondie was kind of doing the right thing, but not really. He was trying to put me in prison for his mistakes. These are his mistakes. If you know Blondie and you actually want to help him, you will hold him to account and go, you did this. That is what you will say to him every time, and you will not let him point the finger and go, this was everybody else. No. You see, if I had signed the perjury and I wasn't poisoned with heavy metals and I wasn't assaulted and I wasn't beaten and I wasn't held up at gunpoint and I wasn't raped and they didn't do the worst things you could do to a human being, I wouldn't have signed the perjury. Blondie forced me to. Okay, that is him. So anyway, so Stu doesn't like me. He doesn't want people to like me. He doesn't want me to step into my glory because he's an insecure loser that doesn't understand he's a loser. Or maybe he does, and he's just terrified that he knows he's a loser and he doesn't want anybody else to know. I don't care. Narcissists are insecure. That's common sense. That's why they don't have humility. So Blondie switches to deliberately doing tactics to piss me off. He gets the rich wife, who I assume is Mary Bowberry. And I think it's a good thing I said I didn't want her, because she got, like, really, really fat. And I'm not against that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that may have been related to me. And I'm pretty sure Blondie's dumbass, just like Gannon, would have just force-fed her to death, because these guys don't actually care about other people. They only care about what they want. So, yeah, and I'm going to talk about Gannon and Stu force-feeding the belly girl, because I get a sneaking suspicion they're just as stupid as Blondie. So Blondie's dumbass decides he's going to do everything to make me hate him and piss me off so he can goat me into becoming a reactionary. Because when you're pissed off, you're a reactionary. The problem is I have too much emotional discipline to fall for that. Which I didn't, because it was stolen from me because I was poisoned with heavy metals. And when you're just turning up anxiety to get what you want. Once again, these guys aren't master manipulators. They literally alter your brain with heavy metals. They do not care how destructive their behaviors are. They are violent, stupid people. Anyways, being a violent, stupid person, Blondie, instead of just doing the right thing and going to prison, which would have solved every problem, he instead concocted this ridiculous shenanigan so he can run screaming from accountability. And in this ridiculous trap, he's with Mary Bowberry. I don't know if he actually likes Mary or not. He shot and killed Carolina Herrera when I was president, and then screamed at me, he loved her, he did, and he had just met that girl. He had just met her when he shot her in the head, and she literally said, there's a creepy, blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy following me around town that won't leave me alone. There's a creepy, blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy trying to force me to be his wife. I think he wants to rape me. She was terrified of him. And he was like, no, she loved me, because he thinks like a 2-year-old. Okay. He doesn't understand his emotions. He doesn't understand. This is a tangent. Gannon was harassing some dude, and the dude accused him of being jealous. And I 100% agree with that guy, even though he's 100% dead. Okay? And Gannon was like, I'm not jealous. You don't have the ability to process your emotions. You don't know which one is jealousy and which one is not jealousy. Okay? That's common sense. You are too stupid to know what your emotions are. Okay? They're alien from you because you drink lead. It causes dissociative emotional disorder. Okay? So when somebody tells you you're feeling an emotion, you're feeling that emotion. So Blondie then goes, I'm going to make him jealous. Jealousy doesn't work on me. I'm not inherently a jealous person. I have a strong sense of justice, and that is a big character flaw. So, in this entire time, it has all been about pissing me off to try and get me to, I guess, go to court or do something to stop them. And this feeds into the weird, stupid conversation where I told him I don't know how to file pro se, and then he said everybody knows how to file pro se, because this is projection, because he was taught that. So everybody knows how to do it, obviously. And then we had a back and forth, and then he explained to me, not only do I have to file pro se, I have to file pro se federally, which I don't know how to fucking do that. Okay, and I can learn a skill. The problem is I have a comprehension disorder, and that can take me an extra double. Any time it takes you to learn something, double the time for me. That is how stupid I naturally am. It takes me too long to learn things. And I remembered the panic on his face. Blondie, you realize this? All this stupidity could have been avoided if you just turned yourself in. But this is the thing with him. He's a narcissist. He doesn't care about how many people he got killed. The only thing he wants is a scenario where he doesn't go to prison. I probably go to prison. And, everything gets fixed without him getting disciplinary action because he's a pussy. This is a stupid tactic. When I was at Papa John's, my dumbass manager, the Goron, kept trying to emotional manipulate me and kept failing. And as she failed, she kept driving herself insane, because part of emotional manipulation involves getting people to believe that they are just as shitty as you are when you're a piece of shit on your own. Okay? When I say that evil people are emotional people, I firmly believe that villains should be characterized by two categories: the narcissist who only cares about themselves, and the emotional bastard that, because of the way they feel, they are willing to commit any atrocity to get what they want. They are willing to lie, manipulate, murder, kill, destroy, deceive, kidnap, brutalize, anything, and then go justify it by saying, goodness is suggestive, I did all those things to get what I wanted. And I got what I wanted, therefore it can't be bad. That should be the ideal villain. Whereas heroes keep to a moral code of things they will not commit. Atrocities they will not commit. When I was in Ackworth, I remember Blondie going on about how they busted other human trafficking rings, even though these people are the second largest human trafficking ring. Oh, you busted a bunch of small ones that hurt 5 or 10 people when you guys hurt 300,000 and eat women's brains. You also are every serial killer in America, so congratulations when you catch one killer, they're still you. You have not fixed anything. You have not balanced the scales of justice. You have completely corrupted the scales of justice by being the evil person. You have not eliminated the evil person. You simply became them and then screamed you're the victim in it, and you're somehow fixing the problem when you're becoming the problem. I don't know how you can be that stupid. There's a saying, when you kill a killer, there's still a killer in the world. Okay. Anyways. So, you know what the stupid part is? Is I'm an altruist, and if given the opportunity, I do the right thing because it's the right thing. And I would argue what happened to that day in court was me doing the right thing because it's the right thing. Okay? I don't need to be manipulated or pissed off. And I remember Blondie telling me, you're going to be in competition with me, which makes me think that maybe he doesn't actually like Mary Bellberry, and that was all an antisocial tactic. I don't care about competition. You can ask my retarded friend Taco about that. He was in competition with me his entire life, and I never fucking noticed because he's a loser. Competition is a baboon brain thing. All it does is cause people to work against everyone and themselves, and then start cheating when things go bad because they're trying to do it themselves and they're failing. Okay. Yeah. So in a nutshell, Blondie's plan: he fucked everything up, he got a bunch of innocent people killed, he restarted a human trafficking ring, all to get back at me, realized after he fucked up, told me, you need to fix this because I don't have agency or accountability in my life, and everything is everybody else's fault because I'm the victim in everything. Dear God. Dear God, does that guy need a bullet to the head? And then, instead of doing the right thing, the altruistic thing, and putting himself in prison for his actions, he instead decided to start threatening, killing, murdering, destroying, and then doing anything he can so he can avoid the consequences of his actions. And now that has all accumulated to this moment where I told him all those years ago in Ackworth, it takes me forever to learn a new skill. I would need more than 2 years, to which he went on that ridiculous thing where he's like, this guy's going to give himself dehypnosis, he's going to give himself chelation therapy, he's going to give himself psychological help, and just listed all these things you should never do alone. For real psychological reasons. Believe it or not. And then he's going to file pro se. The thing I don't know how to do and would take me forever to learn. To which I replied, so you want this guy to become a lawyer? And he was like, no, I just want him to go file pro se. I got a bad plan. It's so stupid. And that's where Anal Eaton Mummy God was like, you could crash a car into a building and go to prison for 5 years. To fix dumbass Blondie's plan. This is why you shouldn't put 2-year-olds in charge. Because of stuff like this. You shouldn't put 2-year-olds in charge because of stuff like this. Blondie can't read people. Okay, he's a dumbass. He doesn't have real skills. It's all projection. He assumes everybody's just as shitty as he is. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this information. Like, so I guess all my anger and rage was just him deliberately trying to piss me off and then hiding and erasing his. I don't know. My theory behind him erasing his name from my memory might be that if you get out of your contract, they murder you because they're good Christians like that. You do anything I don't like, I kill you! I'm not getting my way! I'm a 2-year-old! Give me my way! And the FBI and CIA only hire these people. And they're completely retarded. I have the option to play along with Blondie's Plan, but I remember Anal Eating Mummy God was like, when I give you another wish, you better not wish just to be left alone. And honestly, from how ridiculous this entire situation is, I am leaning toward wishing to just be left alone. Because this is stupid. Everything you've done, Blondie, and I know you're watching this, is stupid. And I know you guys are going to lie and go, we didn't watch those videos, we didn't see those, like that stupid shit with Gannon at Papa John showing me the video of the kid and then lying about seeing the video or watching it. Like, I never watched it, oh, he's so obsessed with me because I kept hurting him, I kept harassing him, I kept doing fucked up shit, and now I'm pretending to be the victim, everybody feel bad for me, oh, attention and love I didn't get as a kid, it's here! Finally, it came 30 years late, and it didn't come from my dad, so it doesn't count, cause my dad doesn't love me. He hides out in the desert, has sex with babies, rapes women, and does drugs, and talks to imaginary friends. Made up idols. Like stupid angels that are white, that are somehow Indian. He sits out there talking to them, cause he's a weirdo, and he never loved me. I'm reminded of this guy named Otter when I was president. His father was out there in the desert just doing drugs. And I told him he had to go back to his normal life and be a father and actually take care of his son. Yeah, because I remembered Otter having all these daddy issues about his daddy at work. And I realized daddy issues is just standard operating procedure for every kid that goes to this church.